Welcome to Real Judaism with Rabbi Ari Klapper. Unfiltered wisdom for Jewish life.
Amnan, Roy lo shitia kopinioso rak leboy yispach v'shelo yeh lo shum tachlis acher b'chol ma'aseh sheyaseh im koton im godol elavit karev elav yisbarach v'lishbor kol hamechitzos hamafsikos beino levein koino heino kol inyonei achamrios v'atoli behem ad shimshach acher av yisbarach mamish kebarzal acher even hashoeves. The very challenging line that the Ramchal says over here. He says that really there are a lot of challenges in life, but one of the main things, maybe the main point that we need to do is we need to learn to control our minds. Our minds are our intentions. What is the reason why we're doing things? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? The mind is one of the hardest things to control, even though that's really key. There's sometimes a person, for example, if a person gets a song in their head, how come I can't get that song out of my head? I can't. It just keeps coming back. What do you mean? Don't you have the choice? Don't you have the ability to choose to do it or not to do it? I'm choosing not to, but yet it's still there. How come that happens? Because the mind is a very, very hard thing to control. We have to realize that the mind itself is one of the greatest challenges that a person has. And here he's giving us a tremendous challenge that we have to, all of our intentions and everything that we do has to be geared towards Hashem. The more we learn to control our own minds, to do everything towards Hashem, do we lose anything out in the physical world by controlling our minds? Maybe yes, maybe no. It depends. Depends on how we act on what we're thinking. But even if we don't change any of our physical actions, all we do is change our mind, the way we think, the way we approach things, what's important to us. That's a massive, massive change. Massive change. And what a person realizes, even if you don't work on anything else in life, but you work on controlling your mind, that's a tremendous accomplishment. Tremendous. Because it's probably one of the hardest things to deal with, is when a person has thoughts in their head and pictures in their head, and they're thinking about things, and I don't want to think about those things. And somehow they just keep coming back. How come I can't focus during Shemona Esrei? How come I can't focus during learning? How come my mind keeps wandering to different places? How come I can't control my mind? It's a hard thing to do. It's not simple. But if a person puts in real effort, and that's what he's saying over here, that a person should put in all of his effort to do things l'shem shamayim. I'm doing it for Hashem. That's what my purpose here on this world is. There are so many things that are pulling me away from that. The more that I learn to control my own mind, the more successful I'm going to be in life in general. Self-control is one of the strongest, the biggest midas that a person can get. Self-control obviously can be very physical. Not only about your mind. I can stop myself from eating, or I stop myself from smoking, or I stop myself from doing something that's not healthy for me or not healthy for my neshama. Controlling my mind is even harder than that. But once I've learned how to control my outward actions, I can also learn how to control my inward actions too. We're going to see later on in the Sefer, the Ramchal says that a lot of times we don't have the ability, like, how come I'm not excited about learning? How come I'm not excited about avodas Hashem? What should I do about that? And there's an idea, I don't want it, but I want to want it. If I want to want it, I want to be the guy who likes to come to yeshiva. I want to be the guy who enjoys learning. I just not. So what do I do about that? Many times things on the outside, if we do outside things, they'll help us on the inside as well. So over here, finishing up the perek, Ramchal says that's really what we should be focusing on in our lives. That whenever we're doing anything, we're doing it l'shem shamayim. I was just talking to a working guy not so long ago. And I said, the guys who go to work, you go out to an office, you think that's not avodas Hashem? Of course it's avodas Hashem. You're doing the biggest avodas Hashem. It's called the mitzvah of Kiddush Hashem. Mitzvah of Kiddush Hashem has a din yaharg v'yavor. If a person chas v'shalom make a chilul Hashem, they have to die before making a chilul Hashem. Kiddush Hashem is tremendous. What are you doing? You're going out to work there. People look at you. They're going to see how you behave, how you act. And either that's going to make a great Kiddush Hashem or chas v'shalom the opposite. What you're doing is making a difference. Every single thing that we're doing makes a difference. We don't even realize it. We don't realize when some irreligious person looks at us and sees the way we act, how does that change them? And it does. We never know the person who's looking at us, what they're thinking. Of course, every single person has their own inner struggles. That's for sure. We have to realize on the outside, people are looking at us, and we have to act and behave in that way that inspires instead of the opposite, chas v'sholom. And if a person does that, it'll become much more natural. And that's what he says. It's like metal after a magnet. You will naturally, the more you put in, it will become easier. It will become easier. The person who puts in more effort, in the beginning, it's hard, but it will become easier. Anything that a person can do that will help him in this way, he should run after it. Grab onto it. Don't let go. Anything that can help a person in their avodas Hashem, go for it. And anything that will hurt him, anything that will take him away from his avodas Hashem, he should run away from it like a fire. Like it says, the pasuk says in Tehillim, my soul will cling to you. You're going to hold me. You're going to support me with your right hand. And that's Hashem. Hashem wants us to do that. Hashem is going to help us. If we really show that we care, Hashem will help us. This is what we're here in this world for. To get this closeness to Hashem. That's why we're here in this world. And to hold back from all those things that keep us away from that. That is the purpose of the world, Chevra. We're here for that purpose. And ultimately, we'll see that after 120, every person will see how well did I do. It's a short ride over here. We don't even realize. People turn around, and they're already very, very old, and they turn around and they say, what happened to my life? Too late now already. How much time do you have left? Yes, a person can always do tshuva, but it's much, much harder down the road. Take the opportunities now. That's what we need to do. We take the opportunities now. Bez Hashem, we'll finish with the parak next time. Shkoach.
Thank you for joining Real Judaism, where we explore Torah's wisdom for real life. Created by J Foundations and produced by Eli Podcast Productions. Find more episodes at realjudaism.org and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.